I am working on getting my smart cart, the wheels that these guys are on, the prototypes of that now cut on CNC, because I want to get them on the market so that they can be shipped to you. Absolutely perfect. I have a lot of tools that don't get used a lot. They're great when the time is right. Then there are other tools that I use almost every time that I'm running a saw. Two of those tools you just saw me use. They were used with the track. The track, as good as it is, getting a repeatable cut, an accurate cut, and depending on myself to pull out a tape measure, make marks, and set them up every time, it's not a recipe for accuracy, for success. This is an example where I just needed one. I set up my parallel guides from TSO. I just dialed in that number. And when I put a tape on it after the fact, this is exactly what I dialed in. When I'm taking them up and down, it would be a little clunky to have these just on there. With this, I'm able to finish my cut, pop them both off, put them on the track, and then set the whole thing underneath the bench, ready to go back to work in seconds. This tool here is the tool that I discovered TSO with. There is none better. There are other parallel guides and other guide rail squares. Nobody else drops on this quickly. No tools. The parallel guides, there's a lot of different brands out there. And I've had other brands. In fact, I've made videos on another set that I used to have. They were clunky and hard to use and had to be calibrated every single time I used them. With these, friction fit on. Now they do have the ability, they have a rail clamp and two Allen screws that you can slide it on and tighten those down. You need that on some of the brands of tracks. I know that for Festool, friction fit works. I don't know about any of the others. So it will work in sliding them on, but that does add sliding and tightening them down. For me, this is golden. I have big material that I'm handling by myself and breaking down by myself. Short of having a big sliding table saw with a stroke, there's no better setup. This is real. This is how I choose to work. And there's no other choice I would make. Yes, big tools in a big shop, sweet. But I have had that, and just currently, I don't want the investment in all of those tools and the upkeep. I don't have that kind of production to justify it. If I'm working usually in a house on location. I need to have my tools with me, and I can't take one of those big saws. So this, a long rail, a medium-sized rail, a set of parallel guides, and a guide rail square, along with, of course, the saw, the Festool saw. So there's a bit of investment there, but it's a fraction of what a big stroke saw. A big stroke saw, bottom end, you know, you got to have at least a 10-foot stroke to do full 8-foot plywood. You're going to drop 10, 12, 15,000. It's in a fixed spot. Nice to have, but really you got to have a mission for that. And then even if you have that, you still need this. If you do your work in your shop, like cabinets, and then you take them to the job site, you're gonna have modifications, things to do. So you're gonna want a track set up anyway. I just bypass all of that because I can do everything I need to do with this setup. I'm working on getting my smart cart, the wheels that these guys are on, the prototypes of that now cut on CNC, because I wanna get them on the market so that they can be shipped to you, knocked down, ready to assemble. And this is my second version or second prototype. It's not finalized. CNC along with all the other parts. One of the things I wanted to do is I started with 18 mil. I wanted to go ahead and try it with 12 mil. I'll be doing a video showing you that, and I'll be showing you the prototype so you can step along with me as I work that out. So I needed to cut this piece of 12 mil to this exact size. And again, made two measurements, dialed in one measurement on the parallel guides, and then I pulled my tape for the one. I only make the one mark because I trust this thing being square. And I checked that piece. It is dead nuts on. If you liked how I worked here, if that it looks like something that would help you, and you want to pick up some of these tools from TSO, even though the value is there, it's nice to get a discount once in a while. So I try to keep an eye on TSO's sales. And they have one right now, starting today, their Easter sale. Also remember, we now offer the Paulk Smart Bench ready to assemble, boxed up, shipped right to your door. You can assemble it in about an hour. I've made a couple of videos on assembling a few of these for you. Or if you want to get a set of plans to build the bench for yourself, the total station, the smart wood shop, the carts, any of the accessories that work with the smart system, there will be a link in the video down below. Mahalo for hanging out with me in the smart wood shop.